If you've ever looked after somebody who's ill, you'll know just how challenging that can be. But what happens if the days turn to weeks, turn to months, turn to years? It becomes a whole different story. I've experienced this with my partner who's recovering from serious illness. And there is one amazing lesson that has come, what a strange way to say it, but something that I came across which has been incredibly helpful in this situation, but is also really helpful for just about every relationship. It comes from somebody called Greg Crowhurst, whose wife has been for many years very ill with ME, to the point that she needs constant support, can barely move, and has extreme dysregulation in her nervous system, her body. Basically, anything that you can think about is difficult for her, extreme sensitivity. And this is something that I also experienced with my partner, which is what put me onto him. He has this very simple, I don't know what to call it. It's an acronym, moment. And it stands for maximizing opportunities for meeting every need tenderly. Maximizing opportunities for meeting every need tenderly. And I'm going to break it down because it's just such a beautiful thing. Not only the name, which summarizes it beautifully, but every little piece is useful when you're looking to actually be a real support for somebody who's in such dire straits. And it can be applied, I believe, as I said, in many other situations in relationships. So maximizing opportunities. This is very interesting because there's no guarantees when you're looking after or with somebody who has chronic illness. No guarantees that what you're going to do is actually going to help. But you can maximize the opportunities, and that means take advantage of the moments where you can actually do something that's useful or helpful potentially, and create more of these opportunities. Look for them, create the conditions that allow them to happen. So it's not that we know exactly what we can do, but we've got an idea that something may help. And so we maximize that opportunity. And then for meeting, so this is the second part, maximizing opportunities for meeting every need tenderly. So meeting is very different from doing. Meeting has a quality of attending to, which is very beautiful. It's going to actually join with somebody in their state. When somebody's been very ill or is in a very upset state, actually just the fact of somebody being there, meeting them where they are, can be the most wonderfully supportive experience to have. So maximizing opportunities for meeting every need. Needs fluctuate. And when somebody's as ill as that, the needs that they may have may be very simple. Putting the duvet up, adjusting the pillows, making sure the food is not too hot, removing light, removing sound, being present with care and attention and love, and all these very simple but amazingly complex things at the same time. And there's a moment-to-momentness of meeting needs, which as the doer can feel a bit like or be perceived as a demand, but actually when it becomes more of a dance, it's something very profound to be able to move and shift and to follow these every needs. Maximizing opportunities for meeting every need tenderly. Tenderly is such an interesting word. I'm sure he was looking for a T, and that's part of it. But tenderness, it gives a sense of this quality of being able to actually move and adapt oneself so that we can actually be with, once again, the person as they are. Now, this is very useful, as I said, for being with somebody who has chronic illness, because one of the things which is so difficult, somebody who's experiencing chronic illness, is this aloneness that they experience so much of the time, even with other people. They don't feel understood, from at least as I understand it, with my limited understanding, having not experienced it myself. They don't feel heard and witnessed and supported in their experience, really, as much as we all love to. So using this acronym, maximizing opportunities for meeting every need tenderly, is the most beautiful way that we can start to be a really good friend for someone who's experiencing chronic illness or is in other kinds of difficulty that many of us experience in our lives.